feel free to sign up. And this is also the time to silence our phones. But before you do so, if you are follow like Facebook, check in, I am here, and then please silence your phone. Thank you. Thank you so very much. And it's my pleasure again to introduce to you Reverend Tony Senf. Woo! Tony. Woo! I think that we are all know Tony, but just for those who don't, I will just give you a little information here. Reverend Tony Senf retired as the spiritual director at Unity Center of the Heights in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. He is an ordained Unity minister and also has an ordination from the University of Metaphysics. Reverend Tony has been studying A Course in Miracles daily since 1983 and has based most of his spiritual teachings on that work. So Tony is so full of knowledge, and he's wonderful, and Tony will be having a workshop after the service at 11:30. That will be fantastic. And I never miss the opportunity to take one of his workshops. But I also want to introduce to you, if you don't know, Tony's wife, Susan. Susan, would you please stand up and let people know this is his beautiful wife, and just as spiritual as Tony. So thank you for being here. So now it's time for our prayer. So please settle in, close your eyes, take a deep breath. And with happy hearts, we come together today, lovingly and joyfully welcoming and embracing each and all, those in person and online, into the fellowship and community of our Unity Spiritual Center of Vero Beach Sunday celebration service. We claim for all the blessing of knowing God's presence and power, and the demonstration of grace and good in us, in our lives, and in the world today. And we say, thank you, God, and so it is. And so now I think it's our music team.
Is it time to sing the congregational, the joy song?
Yes.
Yes, the words will be up on the screen, so if you're comfortable to stand, we're singing Sacred Love.
Just open up your voice, sing out, let your heart open.
You are sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God, sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are blessed peace is all that you are. You are blessed peace, God, blessed peace is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy, God, deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live
Okay, whoops. It's now the time in our service to go over our values, vision, and mission. So they are okay. And let's repeat with me. They're on the screen. Our values: love, faith, integrity, stewardship, and joy. And our vision is centered in love. We create a world of harmony, abundance, and gratitude. And our mission is teaching, loving, and inspiring people to be all they created to be. And that's who you are. And so now to a few announcements here. All the announcements are in the bulletin, but I will just briefly go over, like Chrissy said last week, we have a lot going on in October. First, to remind everybody, there's Reverend Clive has 2 workshops left, November 5th, and that's Enneagram, Understanding of Personality and Relationships, and that one I'm really anxious to go to, and then celebrating Advent during the Christmas season. Now, everybody is aware of the air conditioning problem. We had a really great fundraiser, our fundraiser for the fall, and we have met that, but please continue to give. The campaign is going through the end of November, and then we will be having a prosperity celebration after that. But the air conditioner was only one thing, the biggest thing that we need, but we have a leaking roof, and our carpeting needs to be cleaned. So please, you're a very generous congregation, so please continue, because we're an older church and things keep cropping up. So we as a board really appreciate it, and the minister, and I forgot to tell you, I'm also a board member. Sorry. Sorry about that. So we really appreciate your generosity, but there's still plenty to do. Now, Tony is having a workshop this afternoon, and it is Using the World to Wake Up. It's at 11:30, and love offering is $20. We have Donna Marie Conover has her breathing class. The next one will be October 10th at 9 o'clock here in the sanctuary, and it is every other Tuesday. The garden team, October 15th from 11 to 2. They're having a plant sale, veggie and herb seedlings, fruit trees, and on the 21st is the garden cleanup from 8 to noon. So anybody want to get some trees, herbs, whatever, please come out. And we're having a community meeting on, October 22nd at 11:30. And following that is the leaders of our team will be meeting. But at the community meeting, it's just informal update of what's been going on, and gives you an opportunity to ask any questions. So we hopefully that most people will stay for that. Oktoberfest, there is a sign-up sheet in the back welcoming people to bring dessert for that, and to please purchase your tickets in the Zen Den. And finally, on November 2nd, we're doing, we want you to sign up for it's the Samaritan Soup Bowl. So we're looking for people to sign up to donate soup, and that will be on November 2nd. So I'm sure there's lots of good soup makers in here, and it's usually, we donate quite a bit to the Samaritan Center, and that's where it all goes. So that would be very much appreciated, you great cooks out there. Men and women, please. I know we have some really great male chefs out there.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Peter. And at this time I would like to introduce Carrie Scott. and Edie Monahan as our chaplains today. And Edie is going to be reading the daily word. Okay. Edie Monahan. Welcome, Edie, and her partner, Carrie Scott.
Good morning, family. Nice to see you, everybody. I'm blessed to be serving as your prayer chaplain today, along with Carrie Scott. Will be in the chapel from 11 until 11:25. And I just wanted to begin by recognizing the Christ candle, which has been lit, symbolizing the anointing and blessing of the Christ consciousness to each of you and to our community and to the planet. May it be upon us and upon our service today. A reminder that we have prayerfully blessed our prayer box and prayer requests in the prayer and meditation service, which was held at 9 a.m. this morning. And that prayer box is now back in the lobby and available to receive your written prayer requests. And now for the reading of the daily word. The word for today is together. And the affirmation is, the presence of God unites us as we work, play, and pray together. Joining with others to work makes the job easier. Joining together for fun multiplies the enjoyment. The camaraderie, cooperation, and support of togetherness give me a boost and brighten my mood. The indwelling Christ presence is alive in all people everywhere. When I work, play, or pray with others, something greater than the sum of our individual efforts and insights results. The divine love that binds us multiplies as we recognize it in one another and give it fuller expression in ourselves. Work becomes more productive, play more enjoyable, and prayer more fulfilling. Together, we produce more good work and feel more joy and happiness than any of us could have accomplished on our own. The sacred text for today is from the Bible, Matthew 18:20. For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there among them. So the word for today is together, and let's say the affirmation together. The presence of God unites us as we work, play, and pray together. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.
Peter and I are going to perform There Is Only Love. This song will lead right into meditation. So I just invite you all to just take a nice deep breath. Open eyes or eyes closed. Just bring in the Spirit and allow your heart to open with the song. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away
love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only
As we sit in the beauty of that song, I would ask you now to close your eyes, close out the outside world and go within. Let's take a deep breath. Let it go. One more deep breath, real deep. Take it in. Take in the love. And let it go. And as you do, you can hear the music softly playing. You can feel the air around you. You can feel yourself supported by that chair. And you can know that you are only love. Give yourself permission to relax into that love. Give yourself permission to feel that love. And as you do, you can also know that love is what you are. There is only love. There's only love and the absence of love. And when love is absent, it's only because we have forgotten that we are only love. Give yourself permission to feel that now. To know that that is you. That is the heart of you, the center of you, the core of you, the reality of you. Bathe in it now. Let it cascade over you. Let it embrace you. And know that that is you. In your truest and highest sense as you were created. Let's take a few moments now to sit in the silence of that wonderful, glorious, eternal, limitless, changeless love that you are. And as we bring our time of meditation to a close, remain with that truth that you are only love. Breathe that in real deep. Let the breath go and send that love out to everyone. So once again, breathe in knowing that you are only love. Now breathe it out into the world as you open your eyes. Wow. We should be in that meditation 24/7. You know, it is possible to meditate and go through your day and do everything you need to do. It really is. You don't have to be sitting cross-legged on the floor with candles and incense burning and oming, right? Yeah. You can meditate through the day. And that's the meditation you should take with you always. Your only love. Wow. So good morning.
Morning.
It's so great to be back. Wow. I've been gone long enough, I have to retrain you, huh? So remember, unity is very big on affirmations, right? So we're going to affirm to ourselves and to the world and to everyone that this really is a good morning. So here's how we're going to do that. I'm going to say good morning, and then you're going to say, yes, it is. All right? You ready? Good morning.
Yes, it is.
I think we can do better. Good morning. Yes, it is. Oh, I love it. It is it not?
Yes.
What a beautiful, beautiful day. The sun is shining, isn't it? Oh, yeah. As we were talking earlier, you know, even when the clouds are out, the sun's still shining. Is it not?
Yeah.
And even when the clouds come into your life, guess what? You're still only love. You just forgot. That's all. That's all. So just like the sun's always shining, you are always, always loved. Oh, my goodness. And I just got to take a moment here to thank these two. I mean, you guys are just so awesome. Peter, Betsy, Joe. Every bit of the music that we have done this morning leads right into my message. It really does. And it's just awesome. And I love coming here, and I'm a frustrated musician. You know, I was one of those, it just wasn't good enough to do it professionally, but I still do it. And I love coming here and singing and playing with these two. It's just awesome. So what we're going to do this morning, the song I'm going to do for you, I was raised in old gospel music. Any of you remember the old gospel music, right? The gospel quartets. Remember them? Yeah, I sang in a gospel quartet when I was in seminary, and I was raised in a church that seated 5,000 people. Some of you may remember Rex Humbard, the Cathedral Tomorrow. He was a television evangelist and so on. That's where I was raised. And we had one of the best quartets ever called the Cathedral Quartet, if you've ever heard them. And I was very dear friends with them and so on. But I was raised in that old gospel music stuff. And what I want to do for you this morning is one of those songs that I learned years and years ago. And it may be an old song for you guys, too. It might bring back some memories as well. It's called Just a Closer Walk with Thee. Oh, grant His Spirit, here's my plea. Oh, day walking so close to Thee. Oh, let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Oh, when my feeble life is o'er, oh, time for me will be no more.
Yeah.
So guide me gently and safely on to my home with You forevermore. Just a closer walk with Thee. I said, granted, Jesus, that is my plea. Oh, He is now daily walking so close to Thee. Oh, let it be, oh, my dear Lord, let it be. Now sing it with me this time, all right?
Just a closer walk with Thee.
Just a closer walk with Thee. Walk with Thee.
Grant it. Yeah.
Oh, granted, Jesus,
Here's my
that
plea.
is my plea.
Daily walking.
Daily walking so close to Thee. Oh, let it be, my dear Lord, let it be.
Woohoo!
Yeah, give yourselves a hand. That was Oh, wow. Just a closer walk with Thee. And that's really saying, I just want to walk closer to love. I want to walk closer to love. How many of you could use a little more love in your life? Some of you didn't raise your hands. You got all you can handle, right? Okay. Wow. So, I'm going to be talking to you about of love, from love, for love. Okay? And that is a line that I have gotten from some of the readings I've been doing. As Charlotte shared with you, I've been studying A Course in Miracles for over 40 years now, daily. I bet I haven't missed 10 days in the last 40 years of doing my lessons, doing my workbook, reading in the book. And one of these days, I'll get it. I'm a slow learner, okay, all right, but I'll get it one of these days. But it's a book that it inspires me every time I read it. And every time I read it, I get a deeper understanding of it. I haven't found the end of it yet. And there's some books come out recently that are kind of the subsequent books of A Course in Miracles. They all have the same author, different scribes, but the same author. And one of them is Tina Louise Spalding. She's come out with a great series of books that you may want to read. It is the next steps of A Course in Miracles. And I'm going to be talking to you today from A Course in Miracles and from one of those books, which is called A Year of Forgiveness. A Year of Forgiveness is Jesus' commentary on each of the 365 daily lessons from A Course in Miracles. And wow, it adds such depth to it. It really, really does. You know, as we were talking earlier, one of my favorite quotes was given to me by my brother, who he said this. He said, the greatest understanding, or he said, the greatest learning comes when you get a deeper understanding of something you already know. So how do you really know that in truth you are love? You get that? Okay? So today we're going to attempt to get a deeper understanding of that. The fact that you are made of love, from love, and for love. So what does that mean? You are made of love. Well, that's what you're made of. That's what you are, right? You are love. That is your essence, right? And how do we know that? Well, because you're made from love. You're made from love. Let's go back to the Bible, some very basic Christian understanding of this, which is the verse, and you guys can finish it for me. God is love, right? God is love. All right. So if God is love, and then the other thing we understand from the Bible is that you were made after the likeness and the image of God. Is that true? Right? So what does that mean? You're made of love, right? God is love. If you're made after his likeness and image, then you are love. That's what you are. So you're made of love, from love. Now the last part, you're made for love. So in A Course in Miracles, it says that creation is really just the extension of God. Okay? And it didn't end after 7 days. Okay? God continually creates, continues to extend himself, which is the love. And that will never end. That's an eternal process. So you are made of love, from love, and what? For love. That means what? You are made to extend love. You're made to do what God does. Extend love. You are the further extension of God's love. You are an individualized expression of God. How do you get that? Individualized expression of God. Because there is no one on the planet, right now we've got, for round numbers, about 8 billion people running around on this planet, right? Out of those 8 billion people, there's no one, absolutely not one of those 8 billion people that can extend love the way you do. You are that individualized expression of God, of the love, and it is your task, your job, your mission, your purpose on this planet to extend the love. And guess what? Even after you leave this planet, guess what your mission is? Extending love. Because your existence here on this planet is just the beginning, and your death is not the end. This is just an experience you're having. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. Have you ever heard that before? Now let's see if we can get a deeper understanding of that one, all right? So you are a spiritual being having a human experience. The problem is we have confused ourselves with the experience. How many of you have ever said that thing like, well, I'm only human? You're not even human. Come on, get off it. That's an experience that you're having. You're not a human being. You're a what? Spiritual being having a human experience. Another way to say that, because you got to get that God's love is limitless. You're having an experience of limitation. That's all it is. It's an experience of limitation. And you have limited the love that you are. And I'm not even going to ask the question because I know the answer, because we've all limited ourselves and limited the love. That's when you don't feel the love. Have you ever felt sad, lonely, confused, depressed, angry, right? That's just, you just forgot who you are. You know, in science, they say there's no such thing as dark. There's no such thing as darkness. It does not exist. Darkness does not exist. What darkness is the absence of love. I mean, the absence of light, okay? Darkness is only the absence of light. It doesn't exist within itself. We can measure light. You can't measure darkness. You can't. It doesn't exist. It's absence of light. The same thing is true of love. That beautiful song you two just sang, there is only what? Love. There's only love and the absence of love. And that doesn't mean that the love went away. It just means you forgot. Just like we were talking earlier, the sun doesn't stop because the clouds come out, right? Yeah, the sun's still there. It's just behind the clouds. Same thing with your love. It's still there. You just forgot. Yeah, that's the clouds. You just forgot. Your love is still there. So you're made of love, from love, for love. So everybody say that. I am made of love, from love, for love. We're going to add one more line to that. I am love, all right? I am made of love, from love, for love. I am love. You get that? Yeah, great. No, you don't. You know why? Because you don't know what love is. We know the human version of love. So I'm going to read to you something from A Course in Miracles. And this is what love is. And then you tell me if this is how you understand or know or have experienced love. You ready? This is from one of my favorite workbook lessons. Tony, you know this, and I know you do. There is no love but God's. This is the best distinction, definition, description of love I have ever heard. Unconditional love. Oh, that's different, huh? So here's what love is, meaning this is what you really are. It's what you're made of. It's what you're made from. It's what you're made for. Listen to this. Perhaps you think that different kinds of love are possible. Perhaps you think there's a kind of love for this and a kind of love for that. A way of loving one and another way of loving still another. Love is one. It has no separate parts, no degrees, no kinds, no levels, no divergencies, and no distinctions. It is like itself, unchanged throughout. It never alters with a person or a circumstance. It is the heart of God and also of his children. Love's meaning is obscure to anyone who thinks that love can change. Wow. He does not see that changing love must be impossible. And thus he thinks he can love at times and hate at other times. He also thinks that love can be bestowed on one and yet remain itself, although it is withheld from others. Love cannot judge. Now note there it doesn't say love does not judge. It says love cannot judge. As it is one itself, it looks on all as one. Its meaning lies in oneness. And it must elude the mind that thinks of it as partial or in part. There is no love but God's, and all of love is his. There is no other principle that rules where love is not. Love is a law without an opposite. Its wholeness is the power holding everything as one, the link between the Father and his children, which holds them all forever as the same. You are the same as God. Wow. No course whose purpose is to teach you to remember what you really are could fail to emphasize that there can never be a difference in what you are and what love is. Now, how many of you have that kind of love in your life? Yeah. Occasionally. And we forget. That's the only love there is. There isn't I love you, but, I love you as a parent. I love you as a child. I love you as a friend. I love pizza. Right? Love is the same for everything. And when you divide it up like that, that's not love, folks. It really isn't. Love is what I just read to you. Now, it doesn't make you bad or wrong or evil. It just simply means you've forgotten. That's called the human experience. So you're here to remember who you are. That's why you're on this planet, to remember who you are. And as you remember who you are, you do what you were created to do. What? Extend the love. That's what you're here for. That's what you're here for. Wow. I can't tell you how many times I have read that lesson. I mean, it grabs me every time. I go, wow. I'm not sure I've ever really, in this human experience, experienced the purity of that. I was doing a class one time, I was talking about unconditional love. And one lady said, Tony, I've had unconditional love. I said, great, tell me about that. She says, I have unconditional love for my children. I said, awesome. Then the condition is they have to be your children. Oh. She goes, oh, okay. Unconditional love for your children is not unconditional love. Now, I'm not saying don't do that, because that's what gets you there. That's the stepping stones. You have to experience it in ways here, there, at occasion. And then the more you do that, the more you get into it. And eventually you will get into unconditional love. You have to. Why do I say you have to? Well, you don't really have to. You can hang around this planet as long as you want. Right? You're an eternal being. Spiritual beings are eternal. How do you get that? You understand that? As a spiritual being, you are an eternal being. That means, unlike what I thought eternity meant or eternal meant when I was in Baptist seminary. Yeah, I was a Baptist seminary student. Forgive me for that. But I thought eternity meant from now on. That's not what eternity means. It's not what eternal means. It means always has been, always will be. Now, as human beings, we can't get our heads around that, because human beings are about beginnings and endings, are they not? Yeah. You began when you were born, you end when you die, and blah, 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 blah. No. That's the human experience that you're having. You are eternal. You always have been, you always will be. So if you always have been, you always will be, do you think out of that eternity you're only getting 70, 80, 90, 100 years as a human? No. You get to be human as long as you have limited thinking. And if you don't clean it up in this lifetime, you go into the next one. And the next one, and the next one. And you have as many of those as you want, so just don't worry about it. If you don't get this lifetime, you got another one. And another one. And another one. And another one. And another one. Huh? Will you say we all wake up this lifetime? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I was at the Unity Church down in Naples, beautiful church. I've been to Unity churches all over this country. I really have. And I've got to tell you, this one and the one in Naples are the two most beautiful I've ever seen. You have got an absolutely beautiful place here. I had the privilege of, a couple months ago now, we came and did all the work in the back, remember, and hauled all the stuff. And it was just fun. We were out here working on that and so on, and I just love it. I feel like I come home when I come here. I really do. But this is just a beautiful, beautiful place here. Right? Because you learn about love. You learn about who you are. And I hope you don't do it just on Sunday. All right? Take it with you. That's your job. That's why you're here. Okay? That's why you're here. So think about who you are, what you are. The theme of every message, every workshop, every class I did when I was pastoring the church, and even when I wasn't pastoring, but all of my messages, workshops, and everything when I was the pastor at Unity Center of the Heights in Cleveland Heights. I did that for 11 years, pastored that church for 11 years. But there wasn't a service or a workshop go by that I didn't ask this question. Who are you really? That's why you're here, folks, on this planet, to remember who you are. And after I did that enough, they got the answer right. And I go, who are you really? And they'd come back with it. And the answer was, the perfect child of God. So let me ask you guys, who are you really? Yeah, that's you, boy. I'm telling you. Gesundheit, yeah. Bless you, bless you, bless you. So you are that perfect child of God. What does that mean? You are love. Who you really are is what I just read to you. Get that. And again, if you don't get it in this lifetime, that's okay. You'll have another one. I'd rather get it now. But I was down at the Unity Church. That's what I was going to tell you. I was down at the Unity Church in Naples, and we were having they do it, once a month they do something called Rap with the Rev. And they kind of meet afterwards with the minister, and they all just kind of talk, and they ask questions and whatever. And so they were starting off, everybody was going around in a circle, sharing their spiritual aspirations. What were their spiritual goals? And they went around, and I happened to be the last one in the circle. And they all had some great spiritual goals, to be kinder, to be more loving, to remember, that kind of thing. And they came to me, and I said, well, my spiritual goal is to make this my last mandatory incarnation. Yeah, and they all kind of did the same, like, what? Yeah, I want out of here. Now I love it here. I have fun here. I've had an awesome life. I don't have time to tell you about it. We only have so much time, and I've done so many things in my life. I was sharing I'm a cosmetologist as well as a minister. I've been in the Bricklayers Union, Cement Fitters Union, Carpenters Union, United Auto Workers Union. I've drilled for oil in the Gulf of Mexico. I've been a national marketing director for major corporations. I've trained in sales and training, and I'm a cosmetologist. And I'm a minister. So I've loved my life. I've had quite an adventurous life. But I'm ready to go home. Have you ever gone on and had a wonderful vacation, but the day came when you go, I'm ready to go home? You ever done that? I mean, awesome time on your vacation, right? But I'm just ready to go home. That's me. I'm just ready to go home. I'm still loving it here. I'm still having, and obviously I need to be here or I wouldn't be here, right? So I still have a lot to learn. But my effort, my goal here is to make this my last mandatory incarnation. How many of you are with me on that one? Yeah. All right. Now I'll come back if I need to help others. But I want to make this the last time I have to come back. You kind of get that? Yeah. So I want to share a few more verses. I forgot to set my watch. Somebody keep track of the time for me because I could talk for hours. All right. So I'm going to move along here. All right. Stretching. All right. So I'm going to read a couple verses for you from that book I talked about, A Year of Forgiveness. And they all are verses that have that phrase of the title of my talk, Of Love, From Love, For Love. So here's one of them. You do deserve miracles because you are made of love, from love, and for love. You are merely returning to that truth. You deserve miracles. A Course in Miracles. How does it distinguish miracles? Basically, as simply as I can put it, is when you choose love over fear. That's the miracle. When you choose love over fear. And you deserve them. Why? Because you're made of love, from love, for love. You definitely deserve miracles. All right? Next verse. You are as God created you. You are a being made of love, from love, and for love. And you have remained so even though you have forgotten that it's what you are. That is the power of this statement, I am as God created me. It reminds you of the truth you have forgotten. Let's all say that together. I am as God created me. I am as God created me. And that never stops, changes, or alters like the sun doesn't stop shining even when the clouds are out. You get that? Yeah. That's who you are. You are still as God created you. You are eternal, limitless, and changeless. You've just forgotten. That's called the human experience. It's okay. All right? Next one. Even though made of love, from love, for love, you have walked so far down the road away from love that you have forgotten your true nature. Wow. You have walked away from love. Now, you have something called a guidance system. It was given to you. You've just never been told that. You haven't been told how to use it. As a matter of fact, you've been told not to use it. It's called your emotional system. Your emotional body is your guidance system. Men have been told they shouldn't have one. Finish this phrase for me. Big boys don't. Yes, we do. Yeah, and we feel too. But we've been told not to. Hold your finger, right? Suck it up. Come on. Feel it. Okay? And then we've been told women have too much of it. Right? Oh, you guys just feel way too much. No. That's your guidance system. So how's that guidance system work? When you're feeling love or any of its subsets, I call them facets of the diamond, feeling love, peace, joy, self-worth, abundance, passion, creativity, a sense of adventure, a sense of curiosity, all right? When you're feeling those things, that's your guidance system saying, yep, now you're walking back to love. Keep going. And when you're feeling fear or any of its subsets like anger, disappointment, doubt, frustration, I know you guys have never felt those, but, just in case. Anything like that, anything negative, any negative emotion, that's simply your guidance system saying, you're walking away from love. You're walking away from love. Turn around. Get back to love. That's your emotional guidance system. But you haven't been taught that. How many of you have feelings? If someone next to you didn't raise their hand, poke them a little bit. I think they're asleep. Right? Yeah. We all have feelings, do we not? That is your guidance system. It's telling you when you're walking to love. But as it says here, we've walked so far away from it, we have forgotten. Okay? Next one. It is true that you are a loving being. You are made of love, from love, and for love. You have forgotten this truth. And you have had many teachings to strengthen that memory lapse. Almost all the teachings we have in the world do not talk about you being loved. How many of you were taught that in elementary school? No. How about college? How about graduation? No, they don't teach you that. They teach you other things. Not like they're bad or wrong, but they don't teach you who you are, and that's what you're here on the planet for. Okay? So, this journey back to love has two parts. One is remembering the truth that I shared with you this morning. Number two is releasing what isn't true. The beliefs that you hold that are limiting beliefs. You've got to let them go. But first you have to discover what they are. Okay? You have to discover the beliefs at the core that leads to your lack of peace, lack of love, lack of joy. All right? Now, after this service, there just happens to be a workshop that talks about that. And it's going to help you, give you a little idea of how to get back to those beliefs, how to discover what those limiting beliefs are, and how to let them go. We're going to do that this afternoon. The workshop is called Using the World to Wake Up. Okay? So if you want to find out more about how to walk back towards love, join me this afternoon. And if you I've only got the class will be about an hour and a half probably. But that just is going to skim the surface, folks. If you really want to get deep into this concept of discovering your limiting human beliefs and how to release them and get back into the love that you really are, join me the second weekend of November. That's November 10th, 11th, and 12th. I'm doing a weekend workshop called Out of the Matrix. Some of you have taken it with me. As a matter of fact, some of you who have taken it with me are going to be mentors for me, right? Yeah, Kathleen and Charlotte, and hopefully Peter can free up his time to do it. Maybe we'll even get Marty there, right? And Glenn, they're going to be my mentors, along with some others, because you'll have your own mentor. Join me for that workshop, Out of the Matrix. I'll tell you more about it. I'll be back in the next couple of weeks, and we'll talk more about that. If you have any questions in the meantime about Out of the Matrix and what to do, see Lydia. Lydia, wave at him there. You know who Lydia is? Doesn't get a good look at you. See Lydia. She's been working with me on this project for, 12, 15 years now, right? Oh, my goodness. So she knows about that. See Lydia, all right? So basically, you just have to remember who you are. Let me tell you what you're here on the planet for. You are here to find the love of your life. And it's you. That's what you're here for, okay? You're here to find the love of your life, and it's you. Okay? You have to love yourself. That's where it starts. Matter of fact, you have to love yourself so much. You do. Everyone say, I love myself so much.
I love myself so much.
Some of you, that kind of hung in your throat, didn't it? Because you've been taught that that's, conceited. No, it's not. It's love. Say it again. I love myself so much. Oh, now I want you to say it like you mean it. I love myself so much. Well, you're getting better. I think what we ought to do is sing it. I think we ought to sing it. All right? So, here we go. You're going to sing it with me, too. Okay? Matter of fact, I think there they are. There's the words right there on the screen for you. Okay? I love myself so much. All right? So, we're going to sing it. And as we sing it, as you just start singing it, you'll get the words. Don't worry about stumbling through them. You'll get them, all right? You'll get them. So here we go. Go ahead and do it. I got to get the rhythm here. I'm messing up my rhythms here today, all right? I love myself so much, so I can love you so much. So you can love you so much. So you can start loving me. I love myself so much. So I can love you so much. So you can love you so much. So you can start loving me. I think you sing better when you're standing up. I really do. Come on. Let's do this. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much. So you can love you so much. So you can start loving me. Let me hear you this time now. I love my. Oh, you're sounding good. Yeah, come on. So I can love you so much. So you can love you so much. So you can start loving me. All right, now here's what I want you to do. I want you to find someone near you there. Face them. Look at somebody right next to you. Go ahead. Now take them by the hands. Look them in the eyes. Come on, you can do it. Find somebody. Now here we go. We're going to start singing it. You ready? Here we go. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much. So you can love you so much. So you can start loving me. Do it again to him. Here we go. I love myself so much. So I can love you so much. So you can love you so much. So you can start loving me. All right, now find somebody else. Come on, get somebody else. Come on, find them. Get out there. And you do groups of 3. That's okay. Here we go. You ready? I love myself so much, so I can love you so much. So you can love you so much. So you can start loving me. All right, now here's what we're going to do. I want you to just put your hands over your heart. Close your eyes. You know the words by now. And I want you to sing this one to the person you're supposed to fall in love with. That's yourself. You ready? Here we go. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much. So you can love you so much. So you can start loving me. One more time. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much. So you can love you so much. So you can start loving me. All right, thank you everybody. God bless you.
Oh, my goodness, so I have to follow that now? And I'm not going to sing. Not at all. Thank you, Tony. That's nice. Okay, it's time for our offertory and affirmation. And on the screen, it is the ways that you can give. And at this time, I'd like to call up Bonnie and Kathleen, who are our ushers for this morning. And let's take our gift or intention in our heart and join in the offertory prayer, which should be up there too. But we should all know it by heart. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we say, thank you, God.
So we're going to sing another love song. This one is not from the Course in Miracles, it's from the other spiritual book.
Yeah.
Yes. 1 Corinthians 13, love will never fail.
Love is patient, love is kind. It has no arrogance or pride.
It seeks the good of others first. It keeps no record of wrong or hurt.
It finds no joy in happiness. I'm sorry, that was wrong. Well, I love myself so much, I'm asking to start over.
All right.
Is that good? Okay. Start over. Love is patient, love is kind. It has no arrogance or pride.
It seeks the good of others first. It keeps no record of wrong or hurt.
It finds no joy in wickedness, but rejoices in the truth.
Though it all it will endure. Love will never fail. Love will never, never fail. Love will never, never fail. Love will never, never fail. Love will never fail. Though all prophecy will cease, though all knowledge it will fade, oh, when end will come to speech, even death will pass away. We will see you face to face, and your mercy will prevail.
Yes.
Faith and hope they will remain. Love will never fail. Love will never, never fail. Love will never, never fail. Love will never, never fail. Love will never fail. Love,
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 love will never fail. Love, love, love will never fail. Love will never fail.
And so it is.
Okay, now as we bless our offering, thank you, God, for the blessings of these generous gifts today. We anoint this offering with your presence and power, committing it to your purpose in our ministry and in the world, to bring the blessing of your grace and good to one and all. And we say, thank you, God, and so it is. And now for our peace song.
Yes, if you could please stand.
Come on, Tony.
Okay. And hold hands like the kindergartners. Okay.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Ski.